Hi, my name is Em and welcome to the first episode of Dabao Singapore on the road. Today we are going to be at a few places, but currently we are at Geylang Serai Market and I'm going to be showing you what my aunt does for a living in the dry goods store. Let's go! 依依，你不要跑掉，你在做什么？我要问你一些问题。你做这个生意做多久了
？30年了。
你喜欢吃什么？
我喜欢吃拉萨啦。
Just so you know, this is the aunt that inspired me to cook local Singaporean dishes, and she was the one who taught me how to use the ingredients that she has so that I can experiment at home. So I'm pretty glad that I started working here a few years back. She's been very helpful and very knowledgeable in terms of what to do with what ingredients and how to hack if you don't have other ingredients. I'm here at my aunt's store. It has no name. I'm going to be showing you guys what are the common ingredients I use in Dabao Singapore. So let's talk about some chili. We have over here dried chili. These are the biggest sweet kinds. What I was taught by my aunt was that if the chili skin crinkles when it's dry, it means it's sweet. And then if it's not, you can see here, these are the spicy ones. And then over here, there's a variety of different kinds of hebi, also known as dried shrimp. Typically, if you want a good one, you should find something that's orange in color and nice size. The smaller ones are broken up and obviously cheaper in quality because they're not whole pieces of shrimp. In Dabao Singapore, we use a lot of hebi, the dried shrimp, in our laksa. It's what makes the laksa so flavorful and gives it a pungent flavor. So for those who don't know, ikan bilis is also called anchovy, and we use it in stocks for our soups. Ikan bilis is also used to fry to make a crispy side dish that you can find in nasi lemak, and it helps add a nice crunch and salty texture and flavor to the dish. Geylang Serai has a variety of fresh foods, produce and dried provisional goods on the first floor, whereas on the second floor is where you go to eat hot foods, and I'll be showing you some foods that we'll usually eat when we come to Geylang Serai. Meanwhile, I'm taking you to my aunt's other store.
This is ikan bombay.
Ikan bombay.
In Indonesia, it's called lome.
Interesting.
You fry it, it's very crispy. So you can eat with sambal.
So it's like a dipping thing. You know how in like the US you have celery that you want to dip in ranch? This is our celery and sambal is our ranch. Okay. Hello, auntie. Ini 5 berapa? $2. $1. These are calamansi limes. They're very hard to come by in California. The difference between a calamansi lime and a normal lime is that the flavor profile is a bit different. This one's sweeter. I feel it's got more of like a nice tang to it as opposed to a sharp sourness. And this is found pretty much everywhere in the Southeast Asian region. I'm currently at the second floor of the Geylang Serai Market, and as you can see, there's a bunch of different varieties of Malay foods. And we're going to sample a few of them if you'd like to join us. Oh, some kambing soup. I missed that. So in Singapore, we have a multitude of different kinds of foods, right? And different races, of course, and each race influences the other. As you can see in this particular one, it is a Malay stall and it has fried noodles, which is great because I love Kway Teow and I love mee goreng. Would you like some mee rebus? Let's check it out. Or mee soto ayam. I think that would be great. Can I get a mee soto ayam?
The yellow mee or the bihun or the rice?
I want the yellow mee.
Eating here, take away.
Eating here?
One only?
One only. Thank you. Uncle, you cook for how many years already?
20 years.
20 years already? At this same store or?
10 years.
8 years and still going strong. Has the price increased or is the same all the time? About there.
Changed by 50 cents.
Changed by 50 cents only. Okay. How many do you sell every day? Like roughly on your busy days, how many do you sell? 120 plates. Mee soto about the same. Wow, impressive, uncle. What's your name? Sahadi. Nice to meet you. I'm Emily. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Come back again.
Of course. Okay. So the hawker food scene in Singapore, or food courts in Singapore, have kind of like a public seating space. So whatever table or seats that you find is yours. Sometimes we even choke the seats, right, by putting packets of tissue on the table, and it's understood that that table is taken and you can't take it. I'm gonna choke this table with my noodles, and I'm gonna go and get some chendol right now. Can I buy your chendol in a bowl? Yeah. Wow, look at that. Thank you. Here you can see I have my mee soto ayam, which has chicken and noodles and soup, all my favorite things. Some fried crispy chilies that you're supposed to mix into the soup as well. This looks like Chinese celery or small celery, green chilies, and taoge, which is bean sprouts. And then if you look at my chendol, chendol is a dish that's made with coconut milk, shaved ice, and the green little things you see are essentially pandan flavored jellies. And usually it's accompanied by gula melaka, which is that brown sugar that you see, a palm sugar that's local to Malacca, Java, and a lot of other Southeast Asian countries. And I'm going to be starting with my mee soto. Hope you don't mind. Oh my god. So flavorful. So you can see like there's a dark sauce to it, right? A dark color to it. It's probably because there's ketchup manis or dark soy sauce. It adds a layer of depth to this already spicy, flavorful broth. Amazing. Oh, and the chili gives a great kick to the dish. Funny how Singaporeans like to eat spicy foods in this already hot weather, but they say that hot foods help promote and whet your appetite, so that's probably why Singaporeans have a taste for spicy foods. But if you're afraid of spicy foods, have some chendol. It's a sweet dish. The fats from the coconut milk help dissipate the spice that you've just consumed. And the ice helps cool you down in this already hot weather. We're currently on the way to our next location. And as you can tell, it is very, very hot out. And we've got ourselves some drinks to quench our thirst. This is my sister who's helping me with the videography. And she's drinking a ice limau or lime sugar water. And the limes that's in here are calamansi limes. And what I'm drinking is teh tarik ice, which is cooled milk tea with ice. And hopefully this drink quenches our thirst and hydrates us before our bus arrives, because we cannot drink on the bus.
Hi, I'm Yokes. I'm M's sister. And right now we are in front of People's Park Complex, which is in the heart of Chinatown. And we're going to be exploring some Chinese-focused Singaporean food here at this multi-storied hawker center. So let's go!
Hi, I'm standing in front of a store that sells a lot of fried food that comprises eggs. So one of the dishes that I'll be ordering today in this episode will be an orloa. Okay, 你比较喜欢吃哪一个？这个 OK， 给我一个5块的，加辣。 It looks magical. 谢谢 uncle. Look at this beautiful place. The only time I can take out my mask is when I'm eating, and I'm not complaining about that. So here we have the orloa, also known as oyster omelette. Look at that. Shiny, shimmery, splendid plate of oysters. Anyways, so in this dish, as you can see from the previous video on how the uncle made it, it's a very simple dish that comprises a few liquidy things that have been fried. So the white stuff that you saw essentially is a starch-based liquid. I'm assuming it's cornstarch and tapioca starch mixed together. And then after that, there was the egg that was cracked on top of it, and it was fried till it's crisp with no mercy on the amount of oil. I cannot say this is a healthy dish, although there's a bunch of greens on it. Do not be misled. And then the oysters came on top, followed by the belacan. The drink that I'm having to accompany this really heavy dish is a popular drink that comes from sugarcane called the sugarcane juice. I've added also a hint of acidity with sour plum or dried preserved plums, and it's crushed into a powder form and put into this container. The total for this dish was I think about $7, very affordable. But then again, we are in Singapore. I'm gonna dig right in. Okay. Whenever you eat an orloa, I don't know how you eat it, but how I eat it is I'll get a piece of oyster. This is like juicy plum thing, and a little crispy bit of the egg and starch fried stuff. And chili. And chili. Delicious. Okay, here's the deal, right? So the oyster is very creamy, slightly sweet, a little bit of salinity, and it gets rounded off with the flavor of fried egg. The Maillard reaction that comes from crisping the eggs provides it with a deeper, richer flavor as opposed to just, you know, a boiled egg. Obviously, the starch helps give it some texture too. And all in all, pretty simple of a dish, but very well executed. Perfect for the hot water. Alright, so I'm gonna finish eating this. I'll see you again soon. I'm still in Chinatown, but right now I'm in front of a bakery that you can find in a lot of little neighborhoods in Singapore. This one's called Roti, and I'm going to be showing you the kinds of small, cute varieties of breads that we have. As you can see, in Singapore we like our pastries or breads with a lot of colors. It's like Swiss rolls, Napoleon style, but in color. A lot of soft little buns. And if you look further down that way, it's a wide variety of different kinds of breads, from sweets to savories. And I'm going to be purchasing one of them right now. Hi, can I get the kaya butter bun? Yeah, just one please. Thank you. Look at this little fluffy bun with kaya. And I'm gonna try it right now. It's so soft and sweet. And the taste of kaya is just so nostalgic. Because typically I wake up in the mornings and go to the coffee shops with my parents, right? And they have, you know, kaya toast with butter. But this is a great substitute for that too.